Hi everyone, this is Angie Wong and I'm president of Legacy PAC. I just want to thank all of our followers. We're close to 100,000 followers on Facebook and we've only been around for a few short months. So thank you again. I'm going to ask you for your continued support leading up to 2024. Please donate to legacy-pac.org. That's legacy-pac.org. Thank you, and we'll see you on the campaign trail.
We're sitting here too much. But you're going to do very well. And I just had somebody write down, first of all, James and Sarah Pritchard, thank you very much. Yes. Great job. Thank you. We appreciate all the help. Stanley and Donna Fitzgerald.
Right here, sir.
Thank you very much. It's great. It's great that you're with us. Mike Acton.
Hi, this is Stan Fitzgerald at Legacy PAC and Veterans for Trump. I'm here with my friend Eric DETERS, who's running for governor. How are you today, Eric?
I'm great. Thanks for having me on.
Eric, can you tell us a little bit about your background and the position you're running for?
Well, I am running for the Republican nomination for Kentucky governor that would be running against Andy Beshear. Next year, there's only 3 states that have governor races: Louisiana, Mississippi, and Kentucky. And this will be the only race where there's an incumbent Kentucky governor who's an incumbent governor who's a Democrat. I am the candidate. My background is in law, business, real estate, and media. I have my own little media company, Bulldog Media, where I'm at right now. But I want you to know that my background relative to Trump is this. I supported Trump when he came down that escalator in 2015. I was his Northern Kentucky chairman. I met Donald Trump in Louisville at the one rally he came to in the primary. I supported Trump all the way through his presidency. I never deviated from that. I defended everything that they attacked him for. After his presidency, I am the only candidate running for Republican governor of Kentucky that says the following things. January 6th is a much ado about nothing. They're political prisoners. I'm the only candidate who is saying, yes, they did steal the election. I'm the only candidate who is bashing Mitch McConnell as much as I can. I stand 100% with the president. Then I also gave money to his PAC, $125,000 to his PAC, went down to Mar-a-Lago, had a private dinner with him. I went to the Kentucky Derby with him. I've met him on 4 or 5 different occasions. He said at the Derby that Mitch McConnell was a scumbag, which was a funny comment that he made to me. So I have gotten very close. I hold this annual event. It's called the Freedom Fest. And this will be the 3rd year in a row that we've held it. In the first year, I had Kim Guilfoyle come. Last year, Kim Guilfoyle, Eric Trump, and Don Jr. came. And I've established a friendship with the 3 of them, including I got invited to Kim Guilfoyle's birthday party a couple of weeks ago down at their home. And the president was there again. I just got back from Tuesday's event down in Mar-a-Lago. Kim Guilfoyle was gracious enough. I've been joking with my buddies. I was in the 6th row. I got to sit in the 6th row thanks to Kim Guilfoyle. So I'm endorsed by the Trump bikers. I'm endorsed by Ride for 45 and George Coella. It is a weird dynamic that's going on in Kentucky. There's probably, I could make the argument that there's been nobody more loyal to Donald Trump than me based upon the circumstances relative to this race and everything else. I have chosen to be Trump today, Trump tomorrow. And the people in Kentucky, he won Kentucky. I think he got like 68, 70% of the vote. Kentucky is Trump country. So in a very crowded primary, you know, I'm trying to get all the Trump voters on board. Now, September 9th, back to the Freedom Fest, we had 8,000 people, then we had 15,000 people. It is on the president's schedule. I talked to Susie Wiles. She asked me to fill out a form. So we're hoping the president comes and we have 30,000 people this year. Now, real quick, veterans. I once fought even though I have a training background in karate, I haven't done that for a long, long time. Years back, I actually fought a legitimate UFC cage fight with a jiu-jitsu guy to raise money for disabled vets. Those 5,000 people that came to Dearborn County Fairgrounds. I didn't get knocked out, but I did lose. But the bottom line is, the other thing that I used to do when I practiced law, I'm retired, is I did free wills for vets, power of attorneys, anything with vets or active military. I have been I've been going to these VFW events in Kentucky, and I got a friend who's there in VFW and shared with me the biggest issues for Kentucky vets and American vets. And that is the delays and the bureaucracy and the process to getting benefits, healthcare treatment and everything else. So I just want all you, I've never served, just to let you know, I've never served. One of my few regrets in my life, I was Mr. Student. You know, I graduated from high school at 15, college at 19, law school at 21, you know, so I was all caught up in that. If I could turn the clock back, I would have given 4 years to my country. It's one of the few regrets that I have in my life. But I am 1,000% supportive of every veteran cause. I get it. The concept and the idea that you guys give up part of your life to go fight in a foreign war or serve your country in any way, that sacrifice and what it is. I mean, I don't like being away from my family for a day. So that sacrifice that veterans and military people make moves me. And so I just want all the Veterans for Trump organization to know that I will do anything and everything as Kentucky governor for you or in my everyday life. And the same thing, if you're a Trump supporter, I'm Trump today, Trump tomorrow, Trump forever. Let's face it, the difference between him and this administration is clear as day. He wanted to save the country. This guy's intentionally trying to destroy the country. So I'll shut up and answer any of your questions if I haven't done my 5 minutes.
No, you're fine. It's all good stuff, sir. Tell us a little bit about your major policy issues that would be different between what Kentucky has now and what you'd like to bring to the table.
Well, my campaign theme is less government, more freedom. We have a Kentucky governor who locked down, mandated. I mean, for example, I think the most evil thing other than slavery that's ever befallen this country is these mandates. I mean, to ask a veteran or an active military person to say, you have to choose between your military career you're giving your life to or this vax. They've done it to healthcare workers. To do it to vets is just absolutely awful. So my main policy is less government, more freedom. Now, when I say that, though, I'm not talking about traditional government functions. I'm for tax overhaul. As it relates to vets, I'm somebody who believes there has to be a better way to treat veterans when it comes to taxes. You know, if a vet is on disability and he can no longer work, my goodness gracious, how do we give them tax relief in the state of Kentucky? Because if not, your burden, Kentucky's tax system is awful. On top of that, you've got regulatory bureaucracy that is incredibly bad. So my biggest thing is I just want to make government less of a burden.
Sounds good to me, sir, and I'm sure the people of Kentucky appreciate your views. Eric, a little bit about current events before I let you go. You said you were in Mar-a-Lago recently for the remarks on the indictment. Our organization was there. I couldn't make it personally. What are your thoughts on what's going on with President Trump being charged in New York? And we have our own investigation here in Georgia, which should have been shut down by the governor and has not. What are your thoughts on what's going on?
I'm like everybody else. I think it's completely outrageous. When you look at the investigations of Donald Trump, and they've gone nowhere. And this, as a former lawyer, I can tell you this is a joke. This is a joke. He's trying to use an election, a federal election issue in a state, quote unquote, crime, 34 counts. And then he brings up the idea, well, this might be a state income tax issue. Well, that was Cohen's problem, not Donald Trump's problem. I hit on this last night, and this is something new. When you prosecute somebody, you're supposed to be, it's the state versus so-and-so. And it's usually to protect the state. There is absolutely not one New York state interest being served in this. There is no victim. Nobody in the state of New York was harmed by this non-illegal conduct. I mean, it's a travesty. Who was harmed in this? Nobody was harmed. And when you look at Bragg, what he's doing with street crime and everything else, I mean, it is truly outrageous that they're doing this to him. But it's the boomerang effect. They're doing him a weird, I mean, he wants it to go away, obviously, but in a weird way, it's going to only help him because it shows, you know what? This proves the persecution of Donald Trump like nothing else. I mean, it's just, it's like Trumpophobia. And it's so sad because what he's done for the country.
Well, I think you're 100% right. I mean, the last several years, it's been one thing right after the other, all of them bullshit. And every single one of them has made the president stronger and energized the base.
Right.
Talking about your base, where can people across the country go to support you?
DETERSforGovernor.com, DETERSforGovernor.com, Deters for Governor on Facebook. Also, I got some Eric Deters Facebook pages. Also, I do a daily show Monday through Friday where I comment for about 5 to 10 minutes real quick on all the news. And I just blast the hell out of Joe Biden. And by the way, before I go, I want to just add one other thing. On your Georgia situation,
Right.
for them to claim a president making a phone call. He, by the way, at Mar-a-Lago this week, he goes, it was a perfect phone call, just like the one in Ukraine. It was a perfect call. For him to say, we need this amount of votes. Every governor in the world, every candidate would say, we need 10,000 votes. We need 5,000 votes. For them to act like that meant that he wanted to get them illegally is a bunch of baloney. All he said in Georgia was, we need to find that many votes. That goes on every election night.
And just a little tidbit here. I mean, my understanding from the word on the ground here in Georgia is someone who works for Secretary of State Rathensberger recorded that phone call, and she did it from a state where that was illegal to do so. And no one's talking about that. I don't want to get in. I don't want to get in publicly.
In other words, a two-party instead of a one-party where you have to enforce.
Yeah.
I get that. I understand that law.
Yeah, she made it from another state. So you can't make this shit up.
DETERSforGovernor.com.
Thank you, sir. We'll be in touch again. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye now.